All right, everyone, here is your probability test correction video. 10 questions. Let's go ahead and get started. What is the probability of randomly selecting an odd number from the numbers 1 through 15? So I'm first going to write out all the numbers 1 through 15. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, my question is asking for the probability of selecting an odd number. So I'm going to circle all the odds. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and 15. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 15. Can that be simplified? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, so that's my answer. Number 2. I'm going to zoom in, sorry. 2 number cubes are rolled sequentially, so one after the other. What is the probability that the first number cube, which is just the dice, shows a 5, and the other number cube shows an even number? So, on a dice, there's only one 5, so that's 1 out of 6, times an even number, so that's 2, 4, 6, so that's 3 opportunities out of 6. Multiply across, that's 3 over 36. That can be simplified. 3 divided by 3 equals 1, and 36 divided by 3 equals 12. Number 3, Marty can go to one movie on either Friday or Saturday, and he will be able to choose either a comedy or an action movie. Which list shows all the possible outcomes of one movie on one day? Well, I know that he can go on a Friday or a Saturday. And I know on Friday he can either choose a comedy or an action. And on Saturday he can either choose a comedy or an action. So that's 4 total outcomes. So we can already mark out C and D. So if we look at A, comedy Friday, comedy Saturday, action Friday, action Saturday. So that matches. If you look over here at comedy, action, action, comedy, Friday, those aren't actual choices. All right, number 4. Mr. Jeffrey has 4 dimes, 6 pennies, and 2 quarters in a jar. If Mr. Jeffrey randomly selects a coin, which of the following statements is true? The probability of Mr. Jeffrey selecting a quarter is 1 out of 5. So if I look here, quarters, there's 2 out of 4, 10, 12. That can be simplified to 1/6, so that is not true. Mr. Jeffrey is twice as likely to select a penny or a quarter as a dime. So quarter and a penny added together, that's 8. I'm going to put 8, quarter, penny, and then 4D for dime. So is he twice as likely to select a penny or a quarter as a dime? 8 is twice of 4, so that is true. It is unlikely that Mr. Jeffrey will select a penny. That is false because there are more pennies than anything else. D, the probability of Mr. Jeffrey selecting a dime is half as likely as selecting a penny. So 4 is not half of 6, so that is not true. So B is the answer. Number 5, the spinner shown below is spun once. Which of the following statements is true? The probability of spinning a 2 or a 3 is 3 out of 7. So that's 2 sections out of 7. So that's obviously not true. The probability of spinning an even number is 1/2. So let's count the number of even numbers. 1, 2, 3. 3 out of 7 is not 1/2, so that's not true. The probability of spinning a number greater than 6 is 1/7. So there's only one number greater than 6. So that's accurate. The probability of spinning a 5 is 5 out of 7. There's only one 5 out of 7, so that's false. So my answer is C. Number 6. A pet store has the following flavor cat treats: 6 salmon, 10 tuna, 8 chicken. What is the probability a customer selects salmon, puts it back in her basket, and then selects tuna? So my first fraction is salmon. Okay, so that's 6 out of 10 plus 8 is 18, plus 6 is 24. Times the number of tuna, which is 10. But this is important right here. It puts it in her basket, which means she doesn't replace it, which means I go from 24 to 23. Ten times 6 is 60. And then we got to do 24 times 23. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry my 1. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. Add my 0. 2 times 4 is 8. And then 2 times 2 is 4. Going to add those together. That's 15. That's 5. So 60 over 552. Now, this can be simplified. I'm going to go 2 at a time. So 60 divided by 2 is 30 over, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. You go ahead and write it out. Actually, I'll just do it here. 2 can go into 5 2 times. 2 can go into 15 7 times. And 2 can go into 12 6 times. So I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to do 2 again. So 30 divided by 2 is 15. 276 divided by 2. 2 can go into 2 one time. Bring down my 7. It can go into 7 3 times. Bring down the 6. 2 can go into 16 8 times. All right. And then I believe the last one can be divided by 3. So that's 5. That can go in there 4 times. 3 can go into 18 6 times. So because 5 can't go into 46 and 5 is a prime number, my probability is 5 over 46. I know that was a bit of a long one. All right, number 7. At a school assembly, 3 out of the first 10 students were wearing spirit wear. Based on this information, if 400 students were at the assembly, how many students could be expected to have on spirit wear? So this is where we're going to set up a proportion. So I have 3 out of 10 times x over 400. I can do 10 times 40. Whatever I do on the bottom, I have to do to the top. So 3 times 4 is 12, and then I add that 0. So the number of students expected to have on spirit wear is 120. Number 8, there are 5 candies in a bag. 3 are chewy and 2 are chocolate. You draw a candy, you do not replace it, and then you draw another. What is the probability of choosing 2 chocolate candies? Okay, so chocolate, we got 2 out of 5. Okay, so that's the probability of choosing a chocolate on the first one. And then remember, it says do not replace it. And we want to draw another chocolate candy. So if we drew 1 on the first go around, that would bring it down to 1. And that means we have 4 in the bag instead of 5. Now I'm going to multiply across. What's 2 times 1? 2. 5 times 4 is 20. this can be simplified to 1/10 or 1 out of 10. Number 9, a taco truck makes tacos using one type of tortilla, one type of filling, and one type of sauce. The options are shown below. What's the probability that the customer will randomly choose a taco that is made with a flour tortilla, chicken filling, and salsa verde? So I'm going to create my, my fraction, my ratio. So choosing the tortilla is 1 out of 2. Choosing the chicken is 1 out of 3. And choosing the salsa verde is 1 out of 4. I can multiply across. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. So my answer is B. Number 10, Amos is going to randomly select a donut from a box containing the donuts shown in the table. 2 statements are made. Which statement is true? So if I look over the table, 6 are glazed, 2 filled, 4 sprinkled. So let's look. Amos is 3 times as likely to select a filled donut than a glazed donut. So there are less filled donuts than glazed donuts, so that cannot be true. So number 1 is false. 2, Amos is equally likely, remember that means same, to select a filled or sprinkled donut, so filled or sprinkled, as a glazed donut. So 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 is the same as 6, so that is true. So the only one that is correct is 2 only.